We are here at the Rameshwaram Cafe. You were talking the language of progress. But one also saw you a month ago protesting against the blast that happened. So where does the Tejasvi Surya, who's accused of, being a communal leader, end, and the Tejasvi Surya who talks about development begin? How do the two square off?
I am very surprised that you use the word communal to describe the protest that I led a few weeks ago in Bengaluru, demanding justice for a victim who was thrashed by an unruly mob for playing a Hanuman Chalisa inside the presence of his shop. You have seen the CCTV video. He was playing Hanuman Chalisa on his Bluetooth speaker inside his shop. He was pulled out of his shop by a few miscreants, unruly mob, thrashed black and blue. The poor chap goes to the police station, tries to register an FIR. The police do not cooperate with him. And later, after great pressure, filed a diluted FIR. And it was to protest that injustice, I go on the streets and stand by him.
Why I said communal?
So how do you?
Because you
so
made the link
why
to
do
the
you?
Bengaluru blast.
No, why do you?
The blast has happened. Now this man is being thrashed. So there is appeasement under the Siddaramaiah government. You make that link and you were called communal. That's why the.
No, unfortunately, Padmaja, the political discourse of this country over the last 70 years has gotten so perverted that those who speak in the favor of the victim, and if the victim happens to belong to the majority community, is always accused as communal. But if I were to stand, knowing fully well that the perpetrators are in the wrong, but if the perpetrators happen to belong to a particular minority community, then I would be hailed as a beacon or an ambassador of Aman Ki Asha. This kind of perversion of political parlance must be challenged, and that is happening everywhere.
But do you think issues like this, talking about appeasement, talking about Ram Mandir, really have any salience in the IT city of the country? I mean, you should be talking about computers, etc., rather than, issues like this.
Society operates on different dimensions. And for a society's holistic growth, there is a spiritual dimension, there is an economic dimension, there is a social dimension, and all of this, when addressed together, is what makes a society collectively progressive. So in a city like Bengaluru, we see a meeting point of technology and tradition, of machine learning and masala dosa. We see a meeting point of spiritual devotion towards Ram Mandir, and also young people coming forward and building startups of tomorrow. So please do not divorce cultural revival with economic development. Both of them are two sides of the same societal coin. To view society's economic development as very different and exclusive from a society's spiritual and cultural growth is to see it from a very de-rooted Marxist perspective.
Okay.
Don't do that right.
So since you're talking about masala dosa, we'll just quickly get a coffee. Let's talk about your challenger here. Soumya Reddy, she's been fielded against you.
ನಮ್ಮ ಪದ್ಮಜ ಜೋಶಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಕಾಫಿ ಕೊಡಿಸಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಘೀ ಪುಡಿ ಇಡ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಿ ಸರ್ ನಿಮ್ದು.
No sugar, sir. No dosa, no sugar, just coffee.
have the ghee pudi idli. It's their flagship. You should definitely try. ಅದೊಂದು ಕೊಡಿ ಸರ್, ನಮ್ಗೊಂದು ಈ ಘೀ ಇದು ಪುಡಿ ರೈಸ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಸರ್. ದೋಸೆ ಬೇಡ, ಇಷ್ಟೆರಡು ಕೊಡಿ ಸಾಕು.
So, Soumya Reddy, right? Many are looking at this as a grudge match. Everyone remembers she lost that election with 16, 17 votes, right? Last minute, whatever happens. So,
What do you mean, whatever happened?
no,
What do you mean, whatever
so
happened?
Congress alleges that this was rigging, that she had won, but because she didn't collect the certificate. Anyway, let's not go back into the past. Is this grudge?
This is being recorded on national television. Record should be straight. You're a very responsible journalist, and I wouldn't want whatever happened, quote unquote, to come on record on national television. What happened was a recounting of votes as per law. the officials gave the mandate of what the people had voted for. The Congress candidate was declared as per law to have been defeated. The BJP won by 16 votes and the victorious candidate was given a certificate of election. The Congress, alleging malpractice, has gone to the court. The court will decide on the matter. They should in fact get an expeditious trial and get the whole matter done.
But you think there is a sympathy wave for her because she was there, she was teary-eyed. Now she's defended against you.
This election is to elect the country's prime minister. There is only one issue in this election. Who will be the country's leader for the next 5 years? The NDA alliance says it's Narendra Modi, who has delivered good governance, transformed the country on every aspect over the last 10 years. The India alliance neither has a leader nor has a face to take to the people. It is more so like chow chow bath, a dish that you get here that is all mixed, confused and clueless.
But they have in Karnataka. They have Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar.
The elections are being held to the nation's parliament. The election is to elect the country's prime minister.
You have Yogi Adityanath as your star campaigner.
The party has campaigners. The party has star campaigners, karyakartas of all over the country coming and campaigning for one leader. That is Narendra Modi. So the end result of every vote is to choose who will be the country's leader. Who is the Congress party's leader? Who is the India Alliance's prime ministerial candidate?
Rahul Gandhi is their leader.
If that is the case, they should announce it. Why are they not announcing it? Let the Congress candidates in all 28 seats in Karnataka go to the people and say, your vote to Congress will make Rahul Gandhi the prime minister. They should do that.
No, but they are fighting Bengaluru South. Mr. Siddaramaiah went and said, vote for her because injustice has been done to her. So you cannot let go of local issues either. Plus you have the additional issue of water shortage in your constituency. Housing Society has already boycotted the elections because of the water shortage.
No. Who has created this water shortage? Even in last summer, Bengaluru did not face this water crisis. It is the doing of the Siddaramaiah government. Over the last 8 months ago, many BJP leaders, including me, had forewarned the Siddaramaiah government that if they continue releasing water to Tamil Nadu to appease their DMK ally, Bengaluru will have to suffer during the summer months. These warnings are on record on national television. Despite that, they went ahead and released water unjudiciously to Tamil Nadu. As a result, we are suffering today. Today, Siddaramaiah is out on the streets in my constituency and in other parts of Bengaluru, campaigning for the Congress, trying to blame the water crisis on the BJP. But where was he? Where was his ministers over the last 2 months when people were literally crying for help? It was me. It was people of the BJP, leaders of the BJP, who out of private funds are helping private tankers in all parts of the state, all parts of the city. Show me one visual, not a second one. Show me one single visual, Padmaja, of either Siddaramaiah or DK Shivakumar in any part of Bengaluru interacting with people, trying to give them succor and help in terms of the water crisis. You will not find one. I challenge you. And they have the audacity to lecture us on how to stand up for people during water crisis. Let me also tell you, if you want to take local issues and fight these elections, I will tell you why we will win Bengaluru South with a bigger mandate and a bigger margin than the 2019 elections. The biggest crisis over the last 5 years that we faced collectively as a nation was the COVID pandemic. During COVID, I was inside ICUs. I was inside general hospitals. I was in crematoriums trying to sort out issues for our people. When the whole of the Bengaluru city was reporting 40,000 to 50,000 cases per day, and a certain group of officers and agents associated with them were indulging in black marketing of beds, it was me who exposed the bed blocking scam and within 36 hours revamped the entire software to make allocation transparent. I ran the country's largest oxygen concentrator banks and supplied oxygen cylinders and concentrator to more than 2,000 people even in the wee hours of the morning. In 30 days, we revamped 4 hospitals and added 350 ICU beds. 4 lakh homes in Bengaluru South. We distributed ration kits and stood by people. This is why people will vote for us. In the last 5 years, after people of Bengaluru elected me, the Prime Minister prioritized Bengaluru's infrastructure needs. We got the STRR approved in the last 5 years to decongest the city. 80 kilometers of the 268-kilometer stretch is already thrown open to public. We built a new international airport terminal to Bengaluru, which UNESCO has declared to be the world's most beautiful airport terminal. In the last 5 years, after people elected me, we have sanctioned 75 kilometers of new metro line to airport. We have expedited the work on the yellow line, which is a lifeline for South Bengaluru, which will be opened in this year, September. To protect Bengaluru from terror attacks, I requested Amit Shah ji to sanction a NIA branch office to Bengaluru, which he did in 2 months. And the Rameswaram Cafe blast is also being invested by NIA today. From SM Krishna's chief ministership period, Bengaluru's demand for a US consulate was pending. It was last year, after 3-4 years of my continuous pursual, when Prime Minister Modi visited US last year, he got approved a US consulate for Bengaluru. My constituency has a large number of old people, senior citizens, to make available affordable medicines to them at discounted prices. I increased the network of Janaushadhi Kendras in the constituency. In 2019, we had 14 Janaushadhi Kendras. Today, we have 132 plus, the largest Janaushadhi Kendra network in the whole nation. Through MP-led funds, I have set up South Bengaluru's largest free dialysis center. From the last 2.5 years, every month we do 800 free dialysis. 2 days ago, Bengaluru's Political Action Committee, an NGO that is at the forefront of civic advocacy, released a report card of all MPs of the state. I am the MP who has asked the maximum number of questions in Parliament in Karnataka. I am the MP with the highest number of debates participated in Karnataka. Among all the MPs in Bengaluru, my MP-led spending is the highest. They declared me as the top performing MP. Lokmat Times said I'm the best debutant parliamentarian of the 17th Lok Sabha. People of the constituency have felt my work speak at every instance. This is why people of Bengaluru South will vote for the Prime Minister, vote for BJP with a thumping mandate on the 26th of April.
Okay, you gave a full report card and a full mandate.
I hope you will put all of this without edit.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Maybe stand there. All right, then. So, other than, all the works that you have listed out, tell me, are you also lucky that you come from a really, a bastion-like seat of the BJP? You haven't lost this in what? Like, BJP hasn't lost this in 3 decades? First, it was Mr. Anand Kumar and before him.
Kempegowda, yes.
Yeah. So, there is also that luck, right? That you have what is called a safe seat.
Padmaja, the beauty of the Bharatiya Janata Party is that there are generations and generations of Karyakartas who have built this party ground up by dedicating their all for the welfare of the party. Tapasya. I'm a beneficiary of that tapasya. Many young people in Karnataka, whether it is Vijayendra, whether it is me, whether it is most of the young leaders of today's Karnataka, are beneficiaries of not less than 7 to 8 generations of BJP workers who have given their everything to build the party. I do not deny that there are, if you go around the city, go around our constituency, you will find people who were jailed during emergency. They built the party here. You will find people who have hoisted the Bharatiya Janata Party's flag at all odds at the time when we were losing deposits election after elections. You will find people who were the very earliest of Kar Sevaks, whose family members became martyrs during the Kar Seva. Their sweat and toil is what upon which the Bharatiya Janata Party has built its foundations. One way to look at it is that we are lucky. The second way to look at it is that we have the big burden, a responsibility of carrying forward the same legacy with as much dedication and sincerity with which they gave to the party. And that is what I will do. That is what millions of Karyakartas like me in Karnataka will do.
You say that you are an ordinary Karyakarta who has risen up the ranks, but the Congress has put out your declaration of assets to ask how is it that in the last 5 years, your assets have gone up more than 1,000 times. This, they say, is classic case of the BJP is benefiting, or rather the BJP leaders are benefiting from being in power.
To all those, especially the Congress people, who want to understand how my assets have increased in the last 5 years, my one stock tip to them is invest in Modi. That's my stock tip to them. 5 years ago, Padmaja, I was just out of college. I had just started my law firm. We were 2-3 years into practice then. And I had about 13-14 lakh savings, which I had declared. In the last 5 years, our law firm has increased. And over the last 5 years, in addition to the salary that I draw as member of parliament, I also draw a salary from my law firm that I founded in 2017. With systematic planning, saving and investments in India's capital markets, in mutual funds and in stocks, my market value of assets has reached around 4 crores. Over the last 5 years, there are millions of young Indians who have entered the stock market for the first time and have benefited because of the burgeoning economy of the country over the last 5 years. 10 years ago, India's Sensex was at 25K. Today, India's Sensex is at 75K. Thanks to the kind of wealth, the support that the Narendra Modi government has given to the country's economy. 5 years ago, I did not own a gram of gold. Even today, I don't. 5 years ago, I did not own a vehicle. Even today, I don't. 5 years ago, I did not own any more immovable property, residential, commercial, otherwise. Even today, I don't. Each penny that I've earned is out of honest, legitimate, tax-paid money that I have earned through my practice as a lawyer and through my MP salary, and have invested all of this systematically through SIPs, mutual funds, and through stocks over the last 5 years. If somebody like Rahul Gandhi, without any known source of earning and income as a profession, can invest so much of money and accrue benefits over the last 5 years, 10 years because of the burgeoning economy thanks to Prime Minister's leadership, somebody like me with a legitimate law practice can of course benefit from a burgeoning economy. Which is why, Padmaja, 2-3 years ago in the Parliament of India, I had made an intervention asking the finance minister to start courses on financial literacy in schools and colleges. Even today, so many young people who pass out of colleges and enter the job market for the first time do not know how to make savings and smart investments. They do not know the importance of a medical insurance. They do not know the importance of a term insurance. Many do not know that they can start investing in SIPs with as small a sum as 500 rupees. We are a young country today. Tomorrow we will be an old country. It is very important that the young of today are taught a life skill as important as financial literacy so that tomorrow they can stand on their own feet. So if at all there is a lesson to be learned from the whole controversy or the sensational headlining there are certain media outlets are trying to make over the increase of my assets, it is this, that young people must start becoming financially literate and they must start investing in India's capital markets to reap the benefits out of a burgeoning, fast-growing Indian economy.
So what was being cited as a example of corruption, alleged corruption, you have turned into a lesson in Modinomics. You're saying this is the result of
what
Modinomics.
corruption?
That's what you said, that
What corruption?
it's gone up 1,000% because of corruption.
So, what corruption? I take serious offense to the word that you're using, Padmaja. If a single person in all of Bengaluru will say Tejasvi Surya has taken half a cup of coffee from any builder, any contractor, anybody here, and prove it in court with documents, I will see them in court And that will be the last day I will be in politics if they prove any of their allegations right. If there is one thing that I stand by and wear as a matter of pride, it is this integrity, this courage of conviction that I have. So this whole thing is nothing but meme creation, trolling. I am not one of those Congress guys who in their affidavit says out of 60-40 agricultural plot, they grow 5 crore worth of onions. Every single rupee in my affidavit is in stocks and in mutual funds. It is it is tax paid honest money. Let them have the courage of conviction to even make an allegation based on documentary evidence.